Battlefield 6. Oh, does it feel good to say that? Thanks to EA, I got early access for a week before it released on October 10th to basically play multiplayer and give you guys the lowdown. So I thought I'd do a quick video, a little top 5 things to know before Battlefield 6 launches October 10th. Let's get into it. First up is installation of Battlefield 6 and what you're going to need to run Battlefield 6, especially if you're playing on the PC version of the game, maybe on Steam or the EA app. So let me try and get your head around this if you're not really familiar with PC gaming, because in 2025 a lot of games are going this way, so it probably is a good reason to put it on now, and that is secure boot. There's plenty of guides online. I'm not going to go through it personally with you because every single motherboard is different, so make sure you sort of, if you're not clued up, search what your motherboard is and find a YouTube guide. It's pretty easy to do. It's all in the BIOS backend systems, so forgive me if I'm not technically gifted on that. I'm just trying to help you out exactly so you're ready for launch day, so you don't get to launch day on October 10th. You try and boot up Battlefield. It's asking you to launch secure boot on your PC and you're scrambling around while all your friends are playing. So once you've got that on, you shouldn't have any other issues. However, if you do have Valorant installed, their anti-cheat will conflict. So make sure to disable that or turn it off for your Battlefield 6 play sessions. Now, if you're on console, this isn't too bad. It's simply plug and play. You download the game, although it will be around 100 gigabyte. So make sure you've got some space available for yourself and make sure you pre-install. Hopefully by the time you're seeing this video, you will all have it pre-installed, ready to go October 10th. Second is a little bit different. Be ready to miss shots that you would have hit in previous titles, such as Call of Duty and even Battlefield 6's open beta. Since the open beta, you go from this absolute beam machine, the M4, just tearing everybody up. Doesn't matter if you're strafing left or right, hitting a jump, sliding, all your bullets will land. Playing the launch version of Battlefield 6, this has changed dramatically. Your shots will still be accurate, close range, full auto, maybe a little bit of movement here and there, but anything over the, say, 30 meters, 40 meters, those bullets are not landing anymore. You have to tap fire, you have to basically stand still-ish. You can still move around a little bit, but you're so much more heavily punished now. So I felt like this is probably a great thing to know going into Battlefield 6. You might feel like, oh, my hits aren't registering. Oh, the servers are really bad on launch. It really isn't launch servers because we're embracing this. We're finding this out basically in these playtest sessions that we're having. It's only a handful of us creators actually in these. So it's not a stressful server that's causing hit reg issues. It's simply how the game is now designed. You can't just jump, slide, all of that jazz, movement kings. You are absolutely done. You have to tap fire. You can full auto in situations, but basically be aware that your shots are going to go awry more often than not. If you are coming from other titles that aren't Battlefield, or you haven't actually played Battlefield ever before, well, where have you been? But third on the list is vehicles will feel oppressive to start. They'll feel like they dominate your matches on these vehicle maps. There are some infantry maps, so you can actually get, to grips with Battlefield, but the main reason you play Battlefield is for vehicles. Now, I'm a player that loves land vehicles. I love heavy tanks. I love infantry fighting vehicles. I even love the transport vehicles. I love anti-air. What I don't like is the actual air vehicles, the helicopters, the attack choppers, the jets. These are a living nightmare for me, and they still, even to this day, do my head in because I cannot get to grips with actually flying those machines. So the people that are whizzing around in the air, swerving around buildings, taking out your tanks, dipping into the abyss, I do not understand what witchcraft they are doing to annihilate me like this. However, on the ground in the tank v tank warfare, I love it, and I actually thrive in that environment. I love taking out the opposing tanks, and you will get to grips with that too. Make sure to not shy away from vehicles too much. If you're an engineer, that is your job. Help your tanks. Destroy the other tanks. Your job is not always just getting involved in the infantry combat. You need to be helping your other classes basically fight the fight, because this is a team effort in Battlefield. So make sure with vehicles you're supporting your own whilst taking away theirs. It will make life on the battlefield so much easier if you are not being absolutely blasted by 12 rounds of an infantry fighting vehicle or the main cannon of an MBT. Now, this will go into my next point, and that is point 4. Play with friends to make your squad. By playing with friends to make your squad, it makes Battlefield 10 times better. Now, you can play this game on your own and it will autofill you with a squad and you can spawn on them and do whatever, but having that communication with your team when you all have a role, maybe you have 2 engineers and 2 supports and you're sort of giving each other ammo and you've got rockets for days. There's so many different combinations you can actually use in Battlefield 6, which feels fantastic because each role actually feels quite useful, even with the assault changes, but more on that another day. This is just the start with Battlefield. Make sure you have your friends locked in day one for your squad, because with the banter on this game and the moments, the only in Battlefield moments when you're all in the sky and sort of a transport chopper and you see a tank look up at you and just take you out with one shell, and you see all of the boys just flying out, dying. It's honestly just more comedic time. You don't get stressed really playing Battlefield. It's just an overall great time. Other than other titles that can be quite stressful, I played PUBG a lot, and that can be quite stressful when you die as a squad, or even like Call of Duty. You can really have those bad times where you do get stressed. Battlefield doesn't really feel like that, because it's not like in-house, close quarters, you know, 6v6 fights. It's very open, a lot of players on the map, a lot of different skill sets, and that's what I feel like really sets it apart in other multiplayer games right now, because it doesn't feel like you're being SBMM'd out of your mind, and that sort of gaming fatigue sets in when you feel like you're playing scrim matches constantly. You will have games that are harder. You'll have those players in the jets that are just absolutely haunting you in your nightmares overnight. And you'll also have those easy games where you're like, what is this tank doing? Why is it one shot and there's still 6 of them sat in there thinking they're just going to survive this next shell, and you get a 6 kill with just 1 tank shell. It sort of goes into that element, so make sure you have your friends, and hopefully we'll see platoons implemented in a patch near launch. Last but not least is, do not come into Battlefield thinking this is a milsim. So many people think that Battlefield is a milsim. They think it should be really serious, really slow, methodical, thought out, sort of like Armor or Squad. This is not what Battlefield is. It's definitely very much an arcade shooter that just targets probably the more older general public, which actually kind of maybe I'm getting on with, because now I'm a dad of 2 and I'm over 30, and I think the kids call me an unk now online. I think that's what I'm called. But I think on Battlefield I'm probably part of the majority of players. That's what I'm really looking forward to with Battlefield, is having that older probably community. Just don't think this is a milsim. Definitely treat it as arcade. Definitely have fun of this game being an arcade. Do wacky stuff, try wacky things, stand on top of a chopper as it's lifting off and be carried into battle on top of a chopper, which really shouldn't work, and you should probably lose every single part of your body. But you just don't. You just fly into battle, you jump off, you parachute, and you have a great time. You're just jumping out of jets, having a great time, parachuting, getting a double kill. And that's just what makes Battlefield. It's just a wild time, just RPGing, helicopters, and I just love it, guys. I know I'm like ranting and this is a YouTube video and this is what you shouldn't do, but it's exactly what I just love Battlefield 6. Now that I've given you the 5 top things that you should know before Battlefield 6 launches, I hope that you'd consider dropping a subscribe on the channel and even dropping a like for the video And if you want to comment what you want to see in Battlefield 6, especially from me, myself, after playing the game for over a week now, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to answer as many questions as possible. So until next time, peace out and enjoy Battlefield 6.